In a world of pendulums where we're swinging between avoidance and burnout, perfectionism and paralysis, and joy and despair, it's easy to lose our sense of center. And what if I told you that we could be the metronome, steady and rhythmic, still in motion, and grounded, but steady and present? I'm Jennifer Evans, a brain coach and licensed mental health counselor who has spent 20 years studying the brain and learning and predicting why people do the things they do. And one of the things I come up with all the time through my practice and coaching sessions is this idea of homeostasis in the brain and all of us going and seeking chaos. And chaos comes because we live on these pendulums and we have no idea how to find the metronome. And so I'm here to talk to you today on how to build your metronome. Today we're going to talk about cognitive distortions. Those mental habits of extreme are keeping us riding that emotional roller coaster, and how mindfulness helps us find that middle ground and that balance, one breath, one beat at a time. In a world of pendulums where we are wildly vacillating between burnout and avoidance, perfectionism and paralysis, and despair and joy, it's easy to lose our sense of center. But what if instead of us swinging back and forth, we find our metronome, this sense of balance, a still rhythmic motion, and a steady but grounded present state? How cognitive distortions, those mental extremes, are on an emotional roller coaster, sending us up and down, and how to find that grounded in between through mindfulness, just one breath, one beat, one present moment. So let's name it. So many of us live in pendulum mode. We're overcommitted and then collapse. We try to be everything for everyone and then feel resentful and unseen. We chase success and then question if it was ever what we wanted. The swinging happens because of deeply wired survival strategies, some learned from childhood, some reinforced by hustle culture, trauma, or even shame. The brain has a way of creating predictability. It loves homeostasis, which means it loves exactly what it has. So when you've been in a high stress state, it wants to continue it. And remember, everybody who lived through COVID has trauma brain, which means they more likely are going to be in a reactionary state than a grounded present state. It means that they're more likely to want stress and to be ready to take on stress than to calm down and take a pace and be connected in the here and now. And because of that homeostasis, what it's trying to do is chaos seek. In today's Instagram video, we're actually talking about chaos seeking. So go look at the 3 ways we are chaos seeking. Number 3 will blow your mind because we all do it. And this chaos seeking is that we are causing stress in our lives as a predictable pattern for survival so that we can maintain homeostasis. Isn't that absolutely bizarre? We want stress because we know stress. We're comfortable with stress. That comfort zone will get you. And so we are more likely to be penduluming at any point in time in our lives. And so how we build a new homeostatic mind where amygdala goes off and retires in Florida, sits on a hammock with a little coconut drink, is we learn mindfulness, the sense of presence, the sense of being, because now we are a metronome. And the brain seeks certainty. When life feels uncertain, our thoughts snap into this black and white pattern of thinking, these all or nothings, always or nevers, the good, the bad, the success, the failure. And this is how cognitive distortions are born. They're not flaws. They're patterns, protected patterns that are yet so exhausting. So let's name a few of these cognitive distortions that I often talk about. Catastrophizing is, if I mess this up, everything will fall apart. Personalization, that negative narrative will get you every time, is it must be my fault. I don't have a lot of value. Mind reading, they'll think I'm too much or not enough. Those shoulda, coulda statements stuck in that perceived expectation, the killer of joy. I should already have it all figured out. I could be doing more. And each one moves us further from presence and deeper into emotional reactivity. They make us live in these extremes where there's no room for the grace for in between. But here's the shift. We can learn to be in the metronome, not perfect, not frozen, just steady. The metronome doesn't deny movement, it regulates it. It finds rhythm. It allows us to pause and stay in beat, even when things feel out of sync and chaotic. This is the practice of mindfulness, of sitting with the uncomfortable middle, the both and moments. I'm grieving and I'm still showing up. I'm afraid and I know I'm growing. I don't have control and I still have agency. In order to stop living in those extremes, we must find the gray space in between. These moments where all or nothing really exists at the extreme and we are living in between it. This space where things aren't perfectly resolved, but they're real. Where we stop reacting from our past and start responding from the present. Let's try a little activity and see what it does to bring us back to the present and remove us from the chaos seeking. Notice when you say words like always, never, should, must, ruined, failed. Pause. Ask yourself, is there a middle ground here? Breathe. And then anchor yourself in this present moment. Feel your body. Name what is real. Not what you fear, not what you assume, just what is. This is how we stop swinging. This is how we come home to ourselves. So in a world of pendulums, chaos, and extremes, be the metronome. Be the measure that people come towards. The regularity, the pace that people are yearning for and seeking and have no idea where it's coming from. Let your rhythm be peace. Let your breath be your anchor. Let the moment be enough. You're not here to be perfect. You are here to be present. Let this be your practice this week. Comment below what your metronome is and see how much of a difference it makes in your life and your journey to success. Thank you for watching. If this helped, please like, share, and subscribe and get more great information on living a happier, healthier, more purpose-driven life. Rewire your brain, reclaim